we're here at GP St. Pete, and we have some interviews lined up for you guys, and it feels so great to be back inside the track. I love it here, and I will see you guys later while we get on with this. Woohoo!
It's time for another On the Spot. On the Spot.
All those co-owners and all the drivers in different series, how do you manage it all so successfully and find time for yourself?
Well, the way you do it is have good people under you, really. I mean, I try not to micromanage. I try to let people do their job, so I don't have to be there 100% of the time. And we do many meetings during the week with all the different divisions, and that's where I get my knowledge of what's going on within the team and give my input, and then I let them go and do their job. So that's pretty much how I work it.
How has your actual day-to-day role changed within the team? For instance, what is the difference for what you and Mike Harding do for the team in season and during the off-season? And how does Michael Andretti fit into all of that now?
Well, Mike Harding and I have fairly similar roles as co-owners, as we don't run the operations as we did last year now, again, with being full-fledged Andretti cars. We have a similar role of now our primary goal is to help raise sponsorship money. What was a huge part of our jobs last year has basically become our only jobs. And in where Michael Andretti fits in is where he fills in the shoes of the operations. He helps the car run as fast as possible, and as fast as his other cars run. For as many cars as they have in that stable, they're very consistent, and you can generally expect your car to be one of the faster out of the gate in any given weekend. For me, it's given me the ability to learn more and sort of continue the education I was blessed to have in the 2 years in Indy Lights with Andretti, and really being able to continue my growth and move more toward a day-to-day role at the track.
Will we one day see the name simply Steinbrenner Racing above a garage? Do you want to build a multi-series racing empire like Michael Andretti? What are your main goals as a team owner over the long run?
So, my goals, I generally like to keep my goals in the near, not as much in the far. I don't like 5-year projections. I think if you want to try and build a 3-car team in IndyCar, 2-car team in NASCAR, and 2-car DPI program, odds are that some or all of those things will not flesh out. So I think working with the opportunities that come in front of you and doing with those opportunities what you can is the way that I usually see myself doing it. So in terms of what I'll be doing in 5 years, how many teams I'll have, how many series I'll be in, how many cars, I don't generally like to predict because I don't know myself.
Young drivers from various forms of racing series all over the world are once again looking at the Indy 500 as a race they want to compete in at least once. If IndyCar ever goes back to the 25-8 rule, do you see that as a deterrent for drivers looking to race in the Indy 500?
No. I mean, I think personally, you still have the series to worry about, and I think, Indianapolis is obviously the biggest race of the year, and there's sponsors that spend millions of dollars here to support the series, and I think it would be horrible if, for whatever reason, they have a problem qualifying and they don't make the field. So, I know there's some fans out there that don't like the fact that, there'd be some guaranteed spots, but I believe that it would be the smart thing to do for the series, because you would still have bumping. You could still have 40 cars and you still got to make the field. It just wouldn't be the regular series guys that would have to worry about it. And it's not the drivers or the teams I'm worried about, it's the sponsors. And, all of a sudden a big sponsor that's been here for many years doesn't make the Indy 500. That's a huge loss. They might not come back the next year. So that could be millions of dollars going right out of the series. So That's my argument on that.
Obviously, a rule like the 25-in rule would make it inherently more difficult for a one-off to qualify for the race. In terms of whether or not that would affect the one-off guys like Tony Stewart or Fernando Alonso or Jimmy Johnson maybe, or champion drivers of other disciplines, I think it's so deep-rooted in the history of the race, and it is still the most coveted single race that you could try for. So in terms of whether or not it would affect those kinds of drivers coming and trying out, I don't see that being the problem. The ability to have drivers of other disciplines come over and race the greatest spectacle in racing is what makes it the greatest spectacle in racing.
Well, crossover, I think, is always very, very healthy for the sport. I always felt that you interest the fan base from the other side to see, okay, how's my hero doing, and so on and so forth. So it's always a positive. I found that it's been probably the most satisfying part of my career. So I know what I'm talking about. And to see anyone, just like we're looking forward to having Jimmy Johnson join the IndyCar series next year on the road courses. Voila, that's awesome. You know, I love that. And then again, anytime that happens, you see when Fernando Alonso came to Indianapolis, you know, he has specific goal, not to just be there. He had to try to win it, and that's what I love. And he did everything, and he's still in it, you know, for that. Obviously next year he's giving it up because back in Formula One, but it's still part of his goals. And when you're goal-oriented, it's always good. And then you got a Formula One, another Formula One world champion coming to Indianapolis. All of it is positive.
Well, that says it all. Starts here, but actually all ends here, and so does my video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I had tons of fun. I mean, the interviews, everybody here, the energy, it was amazing. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, like, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, bye!